So I've been shooting product photography and product videos for about 2 years now, and this is the stuff I've bought, and this is how I've progressed. And this video is just going to go over things I've done. And so in the beginning, you should totally build your skills first. So whatever gear you have, if you have all you have is a Hero 3 or something like that, just get really good at that and then start adding more gear. It should never go the other way around. You shouldn't just buy gear and then say you're going to shoot product photography. And the most important thing is to get knowledge first. So this book, Light Science and Magic, is essential for me. It taught me almost everything I know about lighting. And for the price, it's really cheap. You just learn everything from that book. The Photographer's Eye is really good too, composition. And these are available on Amazon pretty cheap. So when I just started shooting, I use a handheld iPod Touch, and I also use this Manfrotto clamp. And how did I use the clamp? Well, I just put it into a light stand, and this is the umbrella holder right here. I just put it into the umbrella holder, and then I open up the jaws, and then I just put in the iPod Touch. So the trick is that you have the iPod Touch lens facing outward, and you just put the iPod Touch in there like halfway so you can still see the screen. And as you can tell, this gets pretty old because you don't have that much control. The video quality isn't good. The audio quality isn't that good. And so I eventually had to get a better camera. And that's how you lower it right there. So when I did get a better camera, I picked up a Micro Four Thirds Olympus EPL1. And for me, this is so good till today because it shoots 720p video, which is all I really need. And then you can use interchangeable lenses. So the adapter I use is CO7 FD adapter, really greatly built. You can get off eBay. It's kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it because of the build quality. And so when I first started, I had a couple of Canon FD lenses lying around, but I eventually got some specific lenses for shooting macro work. And the one I use the most is this Canon 50mm macro f3.5. It's always on when I'm shooting video, and it is just a really great deal. I got it for about $50 on eBay. And if you do get it, make sure you get the life-size adapter. It's a little bit extra, but you can get so close to stuff, and it just pays itself off really quickly. The next lens I got was a 28mm macro off-band when I need to get farther away. And if you can't find this, my trick is a photography store in my hometown, Beverly Camera in Temecula. This guy has a drawer full of these for like $10, so you can really go nuts. I then added a tripod because it was getting hard when you start shooting macro, it's almost impossible to handhold. So the Manfrotto 190X Pro B has some really cool functions. It has this thing, which I use a lot for overhead shots. And for the price, it's really good. For my head, I use a Bogen joystick head. And it looks expensive, but you can get them on KEH used for like $50-$60. And it's just really versatile, if you see right here. The next thing is audio. In the beginning, I edited and shot and recorded all my audio on my iPad. But eventually, the audio quality, it just doesn't match up to your video quality. So you have to get better audio equipment. I got the Blue Icicle USB adapter so you can connect to higher quality microphones. And the microphone I was recommended by a musician and recording artist was the Shure SM58. It's kind of an industry standard. You're going to find it. Best place to find it for me is Guitar Center online. You can get used ones there, and they're really cool about it. They'll ship it out to you. So lighting and extras. In the beginning, I shot almost all during the day and outside because that was the good light I could get. But eventually I wanted more control. So I got a Lowell OmniLight on eBay used. I got it for about $50, and this is an amazing deal. Just totally changes how I work now because I can shoot all the time. Don't have to worry about settings outside and things like that. I just shoot inside, and it comes out good. And I'll do another review on this pretty soon. Since this is a bigger light, you're going to need some heavier equipment. I have a Matthews C stand I got at a garage sale for about $100. It's worth the price, but it is heavy duty. The last two accessories are digital gray card for color correction, and then a Swiss Army knife because you're always opening things, you're always need to ply things. So that Swiss Army knife comes in handy. And so you're probably looking at I have a lot of equipment, probably thinking, how can I ever afford that? Well, I bought most of the things used, and I started adding slowly. So when I started making a little bit of money off of my videos, I just saved it and started buying things like the microphone and stuff like that. So when you just get started, don't worry too much about gear. Don't worry about having the best equipment. Just have fun with it. And eventually you get that stuff if you get good, and it'll just happen. Thanks.